Hi guys, today at Cake Advisor we're going to make this mini candy cake with homemade meringues and lollipops and a fondant kitten on top. So let's get started. So I'm using a 5-inch red velvet cake. Of course you can use whatever cake you like, chocolate, vanilla, whatever you love. I'm leveling the cake, cutting off the top, and I'm cutting the cake into 3 layers. For the red velvet filling, we had the classic cream cheese, and I'm using cream cheese, whipped cream, and icing sugar. First, mix the cream cheese until it's smooth, and little by little add the whipped cream. After the cream cheese and the whipped cream are thoroughly mixed together, add the icing sugar and mix together. Next, we're assembling the cake. I like to put my cream using a piping bag, and I'm making this border, and this way you can easily make an even layer of cream. Crumb coat the cake and set it aside in the fridge for about an hour, and then coat it with another layer of cream. For the top layer of cream, I'm dyeing the cheese cream with pink very lightly. Cover the cake with a thick layer of the pink cream cheese, and I'm actually not smoothing the cake to perfection. I'm leaving some smudges and lines because I think it adds to the look of the final cake. Now you can leave the cake to rest in the fridge, and we're going to make our meringue and lollipops. So I'm making an Italian meringue, and I'm going to use 300 grams of granulated sugar, 70 milliliters of water, and 110 grams of egg white. So for the Italian meringue, we need first to cook the syrup, which is the water and the sugar. So we're putting our pan on the stove and we're letting it reach 108 degrees Celsius. While our syrup is cooking, we're going to beat our egg whites on a very low speed until it reaches very soft foam, just like so. Once it reaches 108 Celsius, watch your syrup closely, and when it's the right temperature, which is 120 Celsius, the syrup is ready. Take it out of the stove. Okay, start beating your eggs again, and very slowly in a thin drizzle, add the syrup to the eggs in a very thin drizzle. And you can already see how quickly it turns into the meringue. Continue beating the egg whites until the temperature of the mixture drops beneath 50 degrees Celsius. And now for a little tip and a secret. For the meringue to be a little bit stiffer, just add 15 grams of icing sugar to the mixture at the end. To check the meringue if it's ready, just take a little bit of meringue in between your fingers, and if you have those stiff little peaks like this, it's ready. To pipe the meringues, I'm using a 360 piping tip and a 2M Wilton piping tip, and I'm using pink gel food coloring, purple gel food coloring, piping bags, and of course lollipop sticks. Okay, so I'm coloring my meringue with pink and the purple. Place your piping bag over a tall glass or some tall container, which make it very easy to fill the piping bag. And now place both of the colors on each side. Make the meringue swirls and insert the lollipop stick underneath. Place the meringues into the oven for about 90 minutes at 100 Celsius degrees. Next, we're going to make the lollipops, and for this we're going to use 220 grams of granulated sugar, 70 milliliters of water, and 100 grams of glucose syrup. We're going to use some very large sprinkles, and you can use whatever you like, some lollipop stick of course, gel food coloring, and we need a silicone mat or a baking paper. And the making process is quite easy. We just need to cook this syrup until it reaches 150 Celsius degrees, but watch the syrup closely and stir it. We don't want to burn it. And here we go, our syrup reached our wanted temperature. Now we're going to add the gel food coloring. I'm starting with the pink color because afterwards I can add the purple on top of the pink and it would be a great color. You see, after adding the gel food coloring, all the bubbles are gone and we have a clear syrup. And now with a spoon, just pour the hot syrup on top of the silicone mat or the baking paper, insert the lollipop stick, and you can decorate with sprinkles as much as you like. Be very careful, the syrup is very hot, so handle with care. And you can even try to make some shapes like a heart-shaped lollipop or anything in your imagination. Now the syrup cools down quite quickly and it becomes quite hard to pour the lollipops. So if your syrup thickened, just place it over a stove for a minute or a few seconds even. Don't let it boil again because you will burn it, but just until it becomes liquid again. Okay, so I reheated the syrup and now I'm going to dye it purple. As you see, I just added the purple on top of the pink and we have a lovely purple color. And I'm making some purple lollipops. And as you can see, the lollipops are ready and they are drying quite fast, about 15-20 minutes, and they are ready. They are hard and now the lollipops are very sensitive to humidity and will become sticky if it's humid. So for the best results, place them into individual plastic bags and store in a very dry place. And now for the cake assembling, so we're going to place our lollipops and the meringues on the sticks and the meringues on top of the cake. And for the fondant kitten, if you would like to learn how to sculpt fondant figures, I'm going to leave you a link in the description box down below for the fondant figures sculpting tutorials. For the final touches, I used some leftover cream cheese and piped some flowers with Russian piping tips and added some pearls and sprinkles to the cake. And that's it, our mini candy cake is ready. So thank you for watching, please subscribe to my channel, hit the like button, and I see you in the next videos. Bye!